Have you ever ended a day feeling like nothing good really happened, even though, if you looked back carefully, there were small moments worth appreciating? Maybe someone smiled at you when you needed encouragement. Maybe an unexpected idea appeared while you were driving home. Maybe an opportunity quietly passed by because your attention was somewhere else. Most people spend a great deal of time searching for bigger opportunities while overlooking the countless small ones already surrounding them. It's easy to believe that success arrives through dramatic events, but many people who describe meaningful changes in their lives often say those changes began with something much smaller, a subtle shift in what they noticed every day. Think about it. Two people can walk through the exact same day and have completely different experiences. One focuses on delays, frustrations, and what didn't happen. The other notices helpful conversations, unexpected lessons, and small openings that could lead somewhere new. The world around them may be identical, yet their experience feels completely different. Why does this happen? Part of the answer may lie in how our attention naturally works. Our minds constantly filter information. Every second, we receive far more information than we could ever consciously process. Because of that, the brain learns to prioritize what seems most important based on our repeated thoughts, emotions, and habits. If someone spends most of the day expecting disappointment, the mind becomes remarkably efficient at finding reasons to confirm that expectation. On the other hand, if someone regularly notices what is already working, the brain may begin recognizing possibilities that previously blended into the background. This doesn't mean difficult situations suddenly disappear. It doesn't mean every challenge becomes easy. It simply means your awareness starts working differently. Have you ever bought a new car and suddenly noticed the same model everywhere? The cars were always there. Your attention simply became tuned to recognize them. Something similar may happen with opportunities. Many people report that after practicing gratitude consistently, they begin noticing conversations, ideas, invitations, and possibilities they previously overlooked. Some believe this is connected to the law of attraction, suggesting that gratitude helps align your focus with experiences that match that emotional state. Others explain it through psychology and attention, pointing out that positive emotional states often increase awareness and flexible thinking. Regardless of which explanation resonates with you, both perspectives share something interesting. Where your attention goes often influences what you notice. And what you notice shapes the choices you make. Imagine waking up tomorrow already expecting to discover something good. Not something enormous. Not life-changing overnight. Just one meaningful opportunity. Would you listen differently during conversations? Would you pay more attention while reading an article? Would you notice a course recommendation? Would you finally respond to an email you've been postponing? Would you recognize an idea that your busy mind usually ignores? Sometimes opportunity doesn't arrive with loud announcements. Sometimes it whispers. And if our minds are filled with worry, fear, or constant mental noise, those whispers become difficult to hear. This is one reason gratitude can feel surprisingly powerful, not because it magically creates opportunities, but because it may help quiet enough mental distraction for opportunities to become visible. Maybe you've noticed that when you're anxious, your focus becomes narrower. You think about problems repeatedly. You replay conversations. You imagine worst-case scenarios. Your attention becomes occupied. Now compare that with moments when you genuinely appreciate something. Perhaps you're grateful for your health, your family, a peaceful morning, a warm meal, a supportive friend. During those moments, your emotional state often softens. Your breathing slows. Your thinking becomes less defensive. Your awareness expands. From that place, new ideas often appear naturally. There's another reason this matters. Gratitude influences habits. Every repeated behavior strengthens certain mental pathways. This process is often associated with neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt through repeated experiences. Each time you intentionally notice something positive, you're practicing a different way of directing your attention. At first, it may feel unfamiliar, perhaps even artificial. your mind might immediately return to worries. That's completely normal. Habits develop through repetition, not perfection. Little by little, what once required conscious effort begins happening more naturally. Think about learning to drive. In the beginning, every movement requires concentration. Checking mirrors, watching traffic, adjusting speed. After enough repetition, many of those actions become automatic. Attention works in similar ways. The more frequently you guide it toward appreciation, the easier it may become to recognize possibilities instead of limitations. Some people describe this as raising their vibration. Others simply call it changing their mindset. Whatever language you prefer, the experience often sounds remarkably similar. People begin seeing more options. They become more curious. They ask better questions. They approach conversations differently. They make decisions with greater clarity. Notice something important here. Gratitude isn't passive. It's active. It doesn't mean pretending every situation is perfect. It means recognizing that even within imperfect circumstances, something valuable may still exist. This small shift can influence motivation. Imagine two individuals facing the same financial challenge. One spends every day saying, "Nothing ever works for me." The other acknowledges the difficulty but also notices, "I'm grateful I still have the ability to learn something new today." Who is more likely to explore solutions? Who is more likely to notice opportunities for growth? Who is more likely to continue taking consistent action? The answer isn't about luck. It's about where attention is directed. Our emotions influence our decisions more than we often realize. When we feel overwhelmed, we tend to avoid action. When we feel hopeful, even slightly, taking one small step becomes easier. Gratitude can become one of those small sources of hope. Not because it guarantees results, because it reminds us that today's circumstances don't have to define tomorrow's possibilities. What if gratitude isn't the reward after success? What if gratitude becomes part of the path toward recognizing success as it develops? That's an interesting idea. Many people wait until they achieve their goals before allowing themselves to appreciate life. But perhaps appreciation itself changes how the journey feels. Day after day, this simple habit may gradually influence perception. You start noticing helpful people, useful books, unexpected ideas, moments of encouragement, small financial improvements, new skills, better conversations. These moments might seem insignificant individually. Together, they begin telling a different story. Few people notice this because they're often searching for dramatic evidence that everything has changed. Meanwhile, life is quietly improving through dozens of tiny adjustments. Those tiny adjustments often influence future decisions, future habits, future confidence. Confidence itself grows through evidence. Every time you recognize something positive, you collect another small piece of evidence that life contains more possibilities than your fears initially suggested. This doesn't remove uncertainty. It changes your relationship with uncertainty. Instead of assuming every unknown leads to disappointment, you become more open to the possibility that something meaningful could emerge. That openness influences behavior. Behavior shapes outcomes. Outcomes reinforce beliefs. The cycle continues. This is why consistency matters far more than intensity. One grateful moment probably won't change everything. But hundreds of grateful moments collected over weeks and months may gradually reshape how you experience everyday life, little by little, day after day, without dramatic announcements, without pressure, without forcing yourself to feel emotions that aren't genuine, simply noticing, simply appreciating, simply paying attention. There's another interesting connection. Gratitude often strengthens self-regulation. When something stressful happens, our first reaction may be emotional. We become frustrated, discouraged, impatient. But someone who regularly practices appreciation may find it easier to pause before reacting. That small pause creates space. Within that space, wiser decisions often become possible. Maybe that's the opportunity you were actually looking for. Not an opportunity outside yourself, but an opportunity to respond differently. One different response today can influence tomorrow. Tomorrow influences next week. Next week influences next month. Large changes often begin exactly this way. Quietly, almost invisibly, until one day you realize you're seeing the world through completely different eyes. Tonight, before you go to sleep, spend just a few quiet minutes with a notebook or simply sit somewhere peaceful. Think back through your entire day from beginning to end. Instead of asking, "What went wrong today?" ask yourself, "What are 3 things I genuinely appreciate from today?" They don't need to be extraordinary. Maybe someone held a door open for you. Maybe you solved a small problem. Maybe you enjoyed a quiet moment with your morning coffee. After you've noticed those 3 moments, ask yourself one more question. What opportunity might have been hidden inside today that I almost missed? Don't pressure yourself to find a perfect answer. Simply allow your mind to become curious. Tomorrow, move through your day carrying that same curiosity. Notice whether your attention begins picking up small possibilities that usually pass unnoticed. Many people are surprised by what they begin recognizing after practicing this consistently for several days. If you enjoyed today's practice and want to continue strengthening your mindset one day at a time, subscribe to the channel and join us for the next step in this daily journey. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. What are 3 things you're grateful for today, and did you notice an opportunity that might have gone unnoticed before? Your experience could encourage someone else to begin this practice as well. Be sure to come back tomorrow for the next daily exercise, where we'll continue building another simple habit that supports greater awareness and intentional living. You can also check the description and the pinned comment for additional resources connected to today's topic. Remember, lasting change often grows through consistent daily practice, and small actions repeated over time usually have a greater impact than occasional bursts of effort.